up to you, I thought. I will go. I won't. And then I thought, why not? We'll go to that awful woman's house and I'll say to her, how dare you try to steal my husband? At your age, you should have acquired at least some moral sense. And then in the motor car coming here, I thought, oh dear, I'll never have the courage. And maybe it's all my fault. And oh, I want to go home.
Have no fears. Miss Armfeldt has met her match.
She has? Who?
Me. When I told my husband, he instantly became a tiger. His word, of course. And then, as if from heaven, a plan flashed into my mind. Do you feel up to hearing my plan, dear? I shall make love to your husband.
You too?
Confident of my own charms, I shall throw myself into your husband's arms. He will succumb. Why not? Carl-Magnus, in a storm of jealousy, will beg my forgiveness and swear eternal fidelity. And as for Miss Desiree Armfeldt, she will be backpedaling her dubious commodities elsewhere. At least, that is the plan.
Oh, how amusing. How extremely amusing. Poor old Frederik. And it serves him right, too.
I'm not sure I appreciate that remark, dear.
Ah, here you are, ladies.
Oh, Mr. Egerman, if you'll pardon my saying so, that's a simply ravishing cravat.
It is?
I can't remember when I've seen so seductive a cravat.
And was this becoming very and the unthrilling?
The spirit unsteady, the flesh far too willing.
Be perpetually ready is far from fulfilling.
But wait, the sun is dipping.
Where, oh right, it's dropping. Look, at last it's slipping.
Sorry, by mistake it's stopping.
Oh, I do agree that life at times can seem complicated.
Complicated? If you only knew. Miss...
Armfeldt. I'm not legitimate.
I see. Oh, Miss Armfeldt, all my life I've made a fiasco out of everything. If you knew how poor an opinion I have of myself. If you knew how many times I wish that I had been one of the spermatozoa that never reached the womb. There, you see, I've done it again.
Mr. Egerman, I've toured with Mother, you know. I'm broad-minded.
You are? Then, might I make a confession to you?
Of course.
I hate to burden you on so slight an acquaintance, but bottling it up inside of me is driving me insane. Miss Armfeldt, for the past 11 months, although I am preparing to enter the ministry,
What, Mr. Egerman?
I've been madly, hopelessly in love with my stepmother. Do you realize how many mortal sins that involves? Oh, damn everything to hell. I beg your pardon.
The night is deep and the air is still, and the sun is sinking behind the hill. And when finally it sets, as finally it must, when finally it lets the moon and stars adjust, when finally we breathe the dark and we breathing on. Surprise of surprises, it instantly rises again.
Come to the country. If I never had come to the country, matters might have stayed as they were.
Sir?
Sir? If she'd only been faded, if she'd only been fat, if she'd only been jaded and bursting with chat, if she'd only been perfectly awful, it would have been wonderful. If she'd been all a twitter or elusively cold, if she'd only been bitter or better looked passably old, if she'd been covered with glitter or even been covered with mold, it would have been wonderful. But the woman was perfection to my deepest dismay. Well, not quite perfection, I'm sorry to say. If the woman were perfection, she would go away. That would be wonderful. Sir? Sir?
If she'd only looked flustered or admitted the worst, if she only had blustered or simpered or cursed, if she weren't so awfully perfect, it would have been wonderful. If she tried to be clever, if she'd started to flinch, if she cried or whatever a woman would do in a pinch, if I'd been certain she never again could be trusted an inch, it would have been wonderful. But the woman was perfection, not an action denied. That kind of perfection I cannot abide. If the woman were perfection, she'd have simply lied, which would have been wonderful.
If she'd only been vicious,
if she'd acted abused,
or a bit too delicious,
or been even slightly confused,
if she had only been sulky,
or bristly,
or bulky,
or bruised,
it would have been wonderful. If she'd only been willful,
if she only had bled,
or a little less skillful,
insulted, insisting,
in bed,
if she had only been fearful,
or married,
or tearful,
or dead, it would have been wonderful. But the woman was perfection, and the prospects are grim. That lovely perfection that nothing can dim. Yes, the woman was perfection, so I'm here with him. Sir? It would have been wonderful.
Count Malcom? Mother says she would like a word with you in the green salon.